Hey peeps, Tyler here with my top 10 reads of 2024. These are just books that I read in 2024. They could have been published whenever. They're in no particular order. I have no idea if I said that already. But the first one I have is Year of the Tiger, An Activist's Life by Alice Wong. This is I've read Disability Visibility by her some years ago. Absolutely loved it. That's an anthology of many different essays by different disabled people. And she edited that one. This is her memoir herself. And there was just so much, also growing up disabled, relatable. I also grew up disabled, but for different medical reasons. This was just a wonderful memoir. I loved, as you can see, learning about her. Not that I remember anything specifically off the top of my head at the moment, but also I'm tired. But I did love that. I gave it 5 stars. I gave most of these 5 stars. A couple I gave like 4 or 4.5, but they're on my favorites list, so obviously I loved them. So the second one I have is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. It was my first time reading it. What are their names? I fell in love with a little girl, I think. I don't remember what her name was. But I loved this, and yeah. As you can see, it was several months ago, and I don't remember too much about it now. I'll probably have to reread it at some point, but I did really enjoy this. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did. I was hoping I'd like it, of course, but I didn't expect to love it as much as I did. Then, after reading Frankenstein like 9 or 10 times in a row, I mean not in a row, but like yearly, finally decided to pick up something else by Mary Shelley. That is Mathilda. I don't love it quite as much as Frankenstein, but I still really enjoyed it. It's somewhat autobiographical, but also it's fiction. But also it kind of didn't feel that much like fiction, knowing about Mary Shelley. But yeah, I just enjoy her writing and the atmosphere or something. And also to do with Frankenstein is Frankenstein, A Cultural History by Susan Tyler Hitchcock. Which is what it says, it's a nonfiction book about the cultural history of Frankenstein. It talks about all the movies and TV shows and advertisement and etc., and there's so much I had no idea. Really enjoyed this one as well. If you're not into Frankenstein. But if you are, like me, obsessed with Frankenstein, highly recommend it. I have Jamaica Inn by Daphne de Maurier. I read Rebecca some years ago, loved it. Also loved this one. Not sure which I enjoyed more because it's been so long since I read Rebecca. But yeah. This is just atmospheric, romantic suspense. For some reason that's what it's called. But you have the inn, you have the coast. I just love the atmosphere of these freaking books. And yeah. I have the Bizarro starter kit, orange, because there's a couple of colors and I only have the orange one. This is an anthology of Bizarro short stories, which is like a subgenre of horror. I have a review about it. I don't think I have a review of any of the others. But I have a review of this one that I actually made recently in December. I think it was actually my last video of 2024. But yeah, this is just like... The reason I like Bizarro, besides being short horror stories, is it's bizarre and entertaining, as the name Bizarro implies, but also thought-provoking generally at the same time. And it's just very weird. So I have Your Soul's Plan, Discovering the Real Meaning of the Life You Planned Before You Were Born by Robert Schwartz. This helped me along with like a spiritual awakening thing that I had a few months ago in like the fall of 2024. And oh my good lord. There's been so much. I've been meditating every day for I don't know how long now. I've been having so many epiphanies and revelations and thoughts and whatnot that started with this book, and then it's just also been compounded with astrology and, well, this has nothing to do with astrology, but also just life and oh my good lord. I love this book. I read it on Kindle, hence why there's no tabs in it, because I read it on Kindle. I did annotate it on Kindle, but I loved it so much about it physically, so I haven't actually read the physical version. Not that it's any different, it's not, as far as I know, but yeah. And that's why there's no tabs, otherwise there would be. So. The last three I read digitally. The Red Market, On the Trail of the World's Organ Brokers, Bone Thieves, Blood Farmers, and Child Traffickers by Scott Carney. I also have a video review of this one as well. It talks about the Red Market, which I did not know about. It's very disturbing. The kidney chapter scarred me for fucking life. Which is chapter 3. But then, like, people literally... Apparently, I've learned, if you're in... I don't know if that was in this book or not. It might have been somewhere else. But apparently I've learned that to donate organs, you have to be alive for them to be viable. So if you're an organ donator, I would recommend you not do that. Because there's a whole ass red market where people will steal people, will con people, will deceive people, will abuse and use people, for whatever the case is, to get organs, to get blood, to get flesh. Usually, you know, the poor are being the ones to give shit up to the rich, etc., etc. It is so fucking terrifying. Even stealing kids. There are legitimate reasons to have closed adoptions, obviously. But if you have a closed adoption, the kid could be stolen from a whole other country. And that wasn't even the worst of it. Or maybe it was, depending on how you... The whole thing was very disturbing. So... yeah, I'd only recommend reading that if you can stomach it. But also I gave it 5 stars, and now I'm terrified for life. And I'm very, very glad I never said yes to being an organ donator. Because you have to be alive for them to be viable. The whole kidney chapter and another stuff, I'm like, them opening people up alive without anesthesia to steal their organs. That actually happens! And then I saw something else about it that got deleted for some other reasons. And there's another... Oh my good lord. Can you tell how traumatized I am from that book? And it's real. That was non-fiction. Anyway. Thankfully the last two were much brighter, though this one did make me cry, but also it's fiction. Thankfully. The Traveling Cat Chronicles by Hiro Arikawa. I apologize if I mispronounced that. But this is just pretty cozy, and you have a cat and a dude. It is like contemporary Japanese and with his crooked tail, a sign of good fortune, and adventurous spirit, Nana, which is the cat who is actually a dude and goes on about how he does not like being called Nana, but that is his name, is the perfect companion for the man who took him in as a stray. And as they travel in a silver van across Japan with its ever-changing scenery and seasons, they will learn the true meaning of courage and gratitude, of loyalty and love. There was a lot of tears and tissues, but also was very heartwarming, and I freaking loved it. And last but not least was a fun, adventurous middle grade Amese of Animalis by M.J. Murie. Now it's 13-year-old Amese's turn to rule. To succeed with her training, she has to transform into animals, travel using enchanted bees, and convince the other rulers that she's worthy. She can't shake the feeling that someone wants her to fail and will do anything to make that happen. To survive, she must place trust in the person she trusts least is herself. So, that was fun. And that was just fun fantasy, magic, animals. She turned into a pelican, and that was fascinating. I think I ended up learning some stuff about pelicans that I didn't even know. That was fun. So yeah, those are my top 10 reads of 2024 in no particular order. My apologies if I traumatize somebody else, but at the same time, holy crap, that needs to fucking stop. But I don't know how, because it is humongous, and the world is humongous. I'm sorry. But yeah. Thankfully, there was there's also some lighter books. But yeah. Have you read any of these? What were your favorite reads of 2024? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.